Lessons from Behind My Chair is a podcast that aims to fill your cup with a fresh squeezed dose of clarity, courage, and bliss. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as rate the show 5 stars and review wherever you listen to podcasts. Now, let's get into the show.
Hey, love. Welcome back to another episode of Lessons from Behind My Chair. I'm your host, Angela V. Fuller, master hairstylist turned certified life coach. Today, we have a very intimate conversation ahead of us. Today, we are going to be talking about grief and all the emotions and the depth of what comes from grieving. But before we dive in, I do have a pop question for you, and it's something I want you to think about as you're listening to this very important episode. My question is, how do you allow yourself to grieve? And the reason I'm asking that question is because this is the time of year that we begin to reflect on those who are no longer with us, those who have made their transition and will not be with us for Thanksgiving, who will not be with us for Christmas and going into the new year. And the reason I can speak of this is because I'm in that place of grief. Not more than 6 months ago, my brother, one of my brothers, went home to be with the Lord. And today, I buried a niece of mine that made her transition on November the 5th. And I find myself experiencing these two deaths so differently. My brother was ill. He was bedridden for quite some time. And so I had time. I felt like the Lord gave me time to prepare myself for his death. But the death of my niece, it was so unexpected. It was so sudden. And I am feeling so conflicted, so confused. Because of our closeness, she shared so much of her dreams, of her desires, of the plans for her life. And I would notice how she approached life and achieving her goals with such urgency. She was a planner. She was so concise. She was positive. She had done the work on herself, a work that I thought would prepare her for the next chapter of her life. And without notice, without warning, God called her home. And I can accept that. But what I want to share with you all is I had time to reflect on her, how she moved through life, reflect on our relationship, on the deep conversations that we would have when we got together. And it occurred to me that the way she went through life with such urgency, with such precision, it makes me wonder if she knew that her time here was not going to be long. And so the grief that I feel, the pain that I'm feeling right now is conflicting because I'm not broken up. It's left me in a place of silence, in a place of reflection, in a place of I'm contemplating how she lived her life. My viewing and watching her grow and transform into a beautiful young woman set on the course she wanted to take. I look at that and I see it as a gift that she left me to check myself when I feel like I have all the time in the world, when I feel lax, when I'm not doing the things I said I want to do so that I can get the results that I'm trying to encourage myself to get. When I think of how quickly she left this world, but how much she accomplished in the short years that she was here, it makes me evaluate, am I showing gratitude for being here? And am I working as diligently as I could be working to achieve my dreams and my goals? And the other night, I was just sitting and meditating and just thinking about her and just thanking her for being her, for being grateful for the life that God gave her, and the accuracy that she planned her days, and she set her goals, and she checked those things off, and she achieved it. Every time she would achieve a goal that she shared with me in the past, she would call me and say, "Auntie, I did it." And she said, "I checked it off." And her statement was, "I'm just so grateful for this journey that I'm on. I'm grateful that God is training me to release negativity and to protect my body, protect my mind, and protect my space." That's the kind of person that she was. That's the lesson and the gifts that she left with me. That we don't have time to waste. Yes, I know sometimes we get tired. Yes, I know sometimes we feel like we're just spinning our wheels and we're working and we're planning and nothing is happening. But trust and believe me when I tell you things are happening. Things are moving. I don't care how it appears. Just continue to do the work. Put in the time. Have an attitude of gratitude. Protect your peace. Protect your space. And you will see how things will eventually unfold. And you will see how you're not wasting your time, but that you're using your time wisely. And sometimes when things don't happen as fast as we would like them to happen, we think we're wasting our time, but we're not. And sometimes, you guys, we have to release the things that's no longer serving us. And sometimes we have to go through the feeling of death, the feeling of grief for the things that we want to hold on to, but because it's no longer serving us, It's no longer making a difference in our lives. We have to release it. And sometimes we have to go through the feelings of grief, of mourning something that no longer belongs on this side, no longer belongs in our space. And so what I've come to believe is that grief is not a bad thing, but it's part of the process of releasing what's no longer serving us, what's no longer needed. And that it is okay to go through the process, because every time we release something or someone because they no longer belong in our space, we're making room for what does. Because I firmly believe that when a person comes here to experience life on this side, once they have done what they came here to do, it's time for them to move on. You know, if you were a student and you were, say, in the 3rd grade, and you passed every test, you did every homework assignment, you achieved all the points and all the grades and all the accolades that you could have gotten in the 3rd grade, it's time for you to be promoted to the 4th grade. And that's how I've learned to look at grief. That it's part of the process of growing, of moving forward. And that it's okay for us to feel the sadness, for us to cry the tears, for us to feel the loss that comes when death comes knocking at our door. For the people that we love, for the things that we love, for the places that we used to go. And yes, I am sad. Yes, I am puzzled. Yes, I have questions. But I also have acceptance. I also have something inside of me that says there's more to look forward to. Something inside of me that's telling me, hold on to the memories. Hold on to the memories, the good times that you shared with her. Hold on to the conversations. Hold on to the way she orchestrated her life, the way she checked off every goal that she had set for herself, the way she would have a smile on her face and I could hear the joy in her voice for just being alive. The way she did not take life for granted. The way she did not take family for granted. The way she did not take time for granted. Those are the lessons that she left with me. Those are the things that she left with me. Those are the things that she left with me that I can build on to help me become a better person, to help me to become a more purposeful person. And so I want to thank her. I want to give her honor for being obedient to the path, to the journey that the Lord allowed her to walk. I want to thank her for loving me I want to thank her for and honor her for showing me what love looks like, what loyalty looks like. I am going to miss you, my niece. But I will take everything we shared, into my next experience. So as I said in the beginning, I want you guys to just think about, how do you grieve? How do you grieve? And be open to grieving add another element to how you grieve. Try to see the good in it. Try to see the lessons in it. And even in grief, try to hold the space of gratitude, of gratefulness. And I think when we do that, as we do that, our grieving process will not be as painful. At least that is my hope. That is my hope for you. And so, if you enjoyed this episode and someone comes to mind that you think might benefit from this episode, please share it out, because we all need help in one form or another. And you never know who you might help just from passing someone else's experience along. So wherever you listen to your podcasts, or if you are on YouTube, I'd like you to like, I'd like you to share, and I'd like you to comment. And if you're so inclined, even subscribe. Okay? And so, until the next time, know that I believe in you. And so, I'll see you the next time. Okay? Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to follow along on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, all at Angela B. Fuller, and join us every Sunday morning at 7 for new episodes. Okay? Bye!